The night on the small human colony was quiet, the kind of quiet that made people feel safe. A young girl named Lena walked along the metal walkway outside her home, holding a small light in her hand. She was only 14, full of dreams and full of curiosity. She loved watching the stars. She believed the galaxy was big and beautiful, a place full of hope. She did not know the truth. She did not know how dangerous those stars could be. She did not know that somewhere above her, hidden behind black clouds of space, an alien patrol ship was watching her world with cold eyes. The aliens did not come for peace. They did not come to talk. They came because they believed humans were weak. They believed humans were nothing. And on that quiet night, they made a mistake that would change the galaxy forever. Lena stopped near a small cliff that looked over the colony lights. She smiled at the stars, imagining stories about brave explorers and calm planets. But then she noticed something strange. A red glow appeared high above, slowly growing brighter. It moved too fast to be a star, and too quiet to be a human ship. Lena frowned, tilting her head, trying to understand what she was seeing. The glow stretched out, forming a long shape in the sky. Her heart started to pound. It did not feel right. Lena pulled out her small wrist communicator and tapped the emergency channel, her voice shaking as she spoke. Back inside the colony control center, an operator sat tired at his desk. The screen flashed with Lena's signal, and he leaned forward confused. Before he could answer, the sky split open with a deafening blast. The alien patrol ship fired its first shot. A sharp beam of burning energy tore across the ground, slicing through buildings, turning metal into fire. Screams filled the air as people ran for cover. The ground shook under Lena's feet, and she stumbled, dropping her light. Dust and smoke rose like a dark wave. Lena looked up again, eyes wide with fear. Another beam fired from the alien ship, this time closer. Too close. The colony defenses tried to activate, but they were slow and old. Nothing could stop the patrol ship. The aliens did not care about the people below. They did not care about the lives they were ending. For them, it was only a message, a reminder that humans were small, powerless, forgettable. Lena tried to run. She tried to get back to her home. But the ground behind her exploded, lifting her off her feet. She hit the ground hard, breathing in dust and smoke. Her wrist communicator crackled. "Lena, are you there?" "Respond!" the operator shouted. Lena pushed herself up, coughing, tears running down her face, and whispered, "Help! They are here! They are attacking us!" Those were the last clear words she spoke. In the sky, the alien ship charged its final shot. A bright white beam cut the night in half, hitting the area where Lena stood. The communicator fell to the ground, broken. The signal cut out. The operator froze, staring at the silent screen. All that remained was static. Far away on Earth, deep inside a hidden command bunker, a forgotten alarm suddenly activated. It was an alarm that had not sounded in decades. A long, sharp beep filled the darkroom, and red lights flashed over old machines. A computer system, silent for years, woke up and began to replay a small broken message. Lena's voice, soft and scared, echoed through the bunker. "Help, they are here." A group of Earth commanders rushed in, listening in silence. Their faces grew dark and cold as they watched the colony destruction report appear on the screen. They saw the burning buildings, the dead civilians, the alien ship above them. They saw the final energy beam that took Lena's life. The room grew quiet. No one spoke. Then the highest-ranking officer stepped forward, jaw tight, eyes burning with anger. "They killed a child," he whispered. "They killed a human child." For a moment, the bunker felt like the center of something old and powerful, something that had been sleeping for too long. Behind the walls, a massive steel door began to unlock. Dust fell from the ceiling as ancient engines deep beneath the earth started to hum with life. The commanders looked at each other, and one of them slowly nodded. "It is time," he said. "Activate protocol, Dawnrise." With those words, a secret that humanity had hidden for years finally stirred awake. Far away in deep space, in a dark region where no alien dared to travel, giant metal gates began to open. A chamber the size of a small moon lit up with blue energy, revealing hundreds of silent human warships resting like sleeping giants. Their engines glowed faintly, as if taking their first breath after centuries. The galaxy believed humans were weak. The galaxy believed humans would stay silent. The galaxy believed killing one small girl would mean nothing. They were wrong. As the first ship of the hidden human armada powered up, the stars around it seemed to tremble. Something dangerous had awakened, something the galaxy was not ready for. And this was only the beginning. Earth's command bunker did not rest after activating Protocol Dawnrise. The air inside the underground room felt heavier, almost alive, as if the walls themselves understood what was coming. Screens lit up one by one, showing maps of human space, the destroyed colony, and the last known coordinates of the alien patrol ship. Officers moved quickly, speaking in low, sharp voices. The mood had changed. No one talked about politics. No one talked about diplomacy. The galaxy had crossed a line. In the center of the room, Commander Aaron Hale stepped forward. He was a tall, silent man with eyes that had seen too many battles. Years ago, he had warned everyone that the galaxy would turn against humans. No one listened. They believed peace was enough. But as Aaron looked at Lena's broken signal, her small voice crying for help, he knew peace was over. Something inside him hardened. He felt the weight of every human life lost to alien cruelty. This time, he would not let it happen again. The officers replayed the alien attack in slow motion. The image of Lena standing under the red glow appeared on the main screen. The room stayed silent. Even the machines seemed to hold their breath. Aaron watched the moment of the final beam, watched it strike the ground where the girl stood. His hand slowly curled into a fist. He had seen war, but something about this death felt different. It was not just an attack. It was a message. The aliens wanted to remind humans that they were nothing. They think we are weak, Aaron said quietly. They think we will bow again. His voice echoed to the bunker, cold and steady. An officer beside him answered, "Sir, the galaxy does not know about the Armada. They believe it is only a rumor." Aaron turned toward the large screen, showing the sleeping fleet deep in hidden space. The ships looked like giant shadows with glowing hearts, waiting for a command. Their metal bodies carried the memory of past wars, their engines holding old rage. They were not weapons built for small warnings. They were built for something far bigger. "Wake them completely," Aaron ordered. A technician swallowed nervously. "All ships, sir? The full armada?" "Yes," Aaron said. "Every single one." The command was sent through encrypted channels, moving silently across space like a ghost. It reached the hidden facility where the ships rested. Slowly, their lights grew brighter. Engines rumbled like thunder spreading through the void. Robotic systems activated inside each ship, unlocking ancient protocols. Armor plates shifted, revealing bright symbols of Earth's flag. Hundreds of warships, small, large, and massive, began to lift from their docks. One ship, larger than all the rest, stood in the center. It was a flagship HSF Revenant. Its hull was dark silver, built with technology Earth never shared with anyone. As its systems activated, a deep hum spread across space. The ship almost seemed awake, like a living beast. This was the ship Aaron would command. Back on Earth, Aaron walked into the launch chamber. His steps echoed across the metal floor. Officers saluted him as he passed. The air smelled of metal and fuel, the scent of war rising again after years of silence. He entered the transport pod that would take him to the Revenant. The doors closed, sealing him inside. The pod shot upward through a long tube, breaking through thick layers of rock and steel before reaching Earth's orbit. When the doors opened, Aaron saw the hidden armada spread across the stars like a massive storm. Hundreds of ships floated in formation, engines glowing, ready to move. He breathed in slowly. The sight was both beautiful and terrifying. A force the galaxy had long forgotten was now alive again. The Revenant accepted his access code and opened its entry hatch. Inside, the ship's AI spoke in a calm female voice. "Welcome back, Commander Aaron Hale. All systems are active. Humanity awaits your orders." Aaron closed his eyes for a moment, played the last human distress signal. Lena's broken voice filled the bridge. "Help, they are here." The crew members listening felt something twist inside them. Anger, sadness, resolve. One voice of a small girl had awakened an entire army. Aaron opened his eyes, sharper than steel. Set a course. We are not hiding anymore. As the Armada prepared to move, something else was happening across the galaxy. Alien councils had begun receiving strange reports. Their scanners detected large movements in deep space, movements no one could identify. Their first reaction was confusion, then fear. The patterns were too organized, too powerful, too fast. "Which empire is moving troops?" one alien minister asked. "No empire," another replied with shaking hands. "These signals come from a region we believed empty." The ministers stared at each other, worried. They zoomed in on the map. The origin point glowed bright blue. A name appeared on the screen. Earth. A cold silence spread through the alien chamber. None of them expected this. No one believed Earth had such power. For years, humanity acted calm and quiet, staying out of galactic conflicts. Now, suddenly, a massive unknown fleet was rising from the dark. "Send a message," the head minister ordered. "Ask them to explain. Ask them to stop." But by the time the message reached Aaron, the Armada had already formed a perfect attack line. Earth was done talking. The Revenant's engines roared, spreading waves of light across the stars. And in that moment, every alien leader understood something too late. The humans were coming, and they were angry. Deep in the silent dark of space, the hidden human armada moved like a rising storm. One by one, the ships turned toward a single direction, the region where the alien patrol had come from. Engines glowed bright blue, shining against the black void. The armada looked like a wall of light, a wall ready to crush anything in its path. On the bridge of the flagship Revenant, Commander Aaron Hale stood tall, watching the stars shift across the large front window. His face carried no fear, only a growing fire inside him. The ship's AI spoke softly. "All systems stable. Fleet in full formation. No resistance detected." Aaron gave a single nod. "Good. Keep the formation tight. Any alien signal, any movement, tell me instantly." The crew moved quickly but quietly. They knew this mission was not like any other. This mission carried the weight of Lena's final cry. Many of them had children of their own, and every time the recording played, they felt the same sharp pain. For years, humans stayed silent, always choosing peace. But now, peace had been broken by others. Now humanity would answer. Outside, smaller human ships flew beside the Revenant, their sleek frames cutting smoothly through space. Some were stealth destroyers. Some were heavy carriers, all built with secret human technology. They carried weapons no alien had ever seen, systems hidden for generations. The galaxy believed humans were slow. They were wrong. Humans had simply been preparing. As the fleet moved deeper into alien territory, long-range sensors detected remains of old battles, broken ships, shattered stations, floating metal pieces. Most of them belonged to other small species the aliens had destroyed in the past. Aaron looked at the wreckage with cold eyes. "This is what they do," he said quietly. "They destroy anything weaker than them." A young officer stepped closer. "Sir, do you think they will try to attack us?" Aaron didn't look away from the stars. "They will not attack at first. They will panic. They will hide. They will lie. And then, when they understand they cannot stop us, they will beg." The officer swallowed and nodded. No further words were needed. Hours later, a sharp beep filled the bridge. "Incoming signal," the communication officer said. "It's from the Alien Council. They want to talk." Aaron's jaw tightened. Put on screen, a holographic image appeared, showing several alien leaders. Their faces looked strained, eyes wide with fear they were trying to hide. One alien, taller than the rest, spoke first. "Humans, the sudden movement of your ships is unnecessary. We believe there has been a misunderstanding." Aaron stared at them without blinking. "A misunderstanding? You killed a child." The alien leader looked nervous. "That colony was an accident. A mistake of one patrol ship. We will punish the soldiers responsible. We ask you to stand down." Aaron stepped forward, voice steady but sharp. "We saw the recording. It was not an accident. It was not a mistake. It was murder." The aliens exchanged looks. More fear, more lies forming in their minds. "Humans, we advise you consider peace." The screen cut off. Aaron had ended the call. No one on the bridge spoke for a moment. The silence felt heavy and powerful. Then Aaron said, "They're afraid. Good. Fear is the first step. Justice is the next." The fleet pushed forward. Stars streaked past as the Armada moved faster than any alien ship could track. The closer they came to the alien border, the more sensors lit up with warnings. Defense stations activated. Patrols tried to scan them. Some alien ships fled the moment they detected the human fleet. Their engines burned bright as they ran. But they could not outrun the storm coming for them. The first alien scout appeared ahead, small and shaking on its radar pass. It sent desperate messages, asking for peace, asking the humans to slow down, asking what they wanted. Aaron watched the small ship on the screen. "Do not fire," he ordered. "Let them watch. Let them report. Let the whole galaxy know we are not hiding anymore." The Revenant passed the scout ship like a silent giant, its shadow covering the alien vessel. The scout's pilot sat frozen in fear as the enormous human ship glided by. Deeper and deeper the Armada moved until they reached the edge of the patrol ship's territory, the same fleet that destroyed Lena's colony. Aaron felt his heartbeat slow. His eyes narrowed. "This is a place," he said. "Find the ship." Moments later, the AI spoke. "Target located. Alien Patrol flagship, Class V, 8 destroyer. It matches the weapon signature from Lena's colony." A picture appeared on the screen. The alien ship drifted near a small moon, unaware of what was coming. Aaron stared at it with cold fire inside him. "They thought no one would find them," he said. "They thought no one would care." A hush spread across the bridge. Aaron raised his hand. Armed weapons. Lights across the Revenant turned red. Cannons rotated. Missiles locked on. Energy beams charged with a deep hum. Aaron breathed out slowly. "For Lena," the command left his lips like a quiet storm. "Fire." The Revenant released its full power. A massive beam of blue light tore through space, striking the alien destroyer. The ship exploded in a burst of fire, metal, and silence. It vanished instantly. The bridge stayed still. No one celebrated. It was not victory. It was only justice. Aaron turned away from the window. "This is only the first step," he said. "The galaxy has much to answer for." Far away, alien leaders watched the explosion on their screens. Their faces turned pale with fear. The humans were no longer weak. They were rising. The human armada slowed as it approached the alien capital fleet. Hundreds of enemy ships stood in a tight formation, blocking the path like a giant wall of steel. Their engines glowed red, their weapons charged, their signals flashing warnings across space. They looked strong, but the silence inside their formation told the truth. They were afraid. On the bridge of the Revenant, Commander Aaron Hale studied the alien fleet without blinking. His face stayed calm, but every muscle in his body held a quiet tension. This was the fleet responsible for protecting the patrol ship that had killed Lena. This was the heart of the enemy. And now they had to answer. The AI spoke gently, almost like a whisper. "Alien capital fleet preparing to fire. All ships locked on us." Aaron nodded slowly. "Let them aim. They will see soon." The bridge crew watched the holoscreen zoom into enemy lines. The alien ships were shaking slightly as they held their position. Many of their pilots had never faced humans in war. They had only heard stories. Stories of a peaceful species. Stories of people who avoided conflict. Those stories were useless now. None of them knew the truth of the hidden armada. None of them knew the strength Earth had kept in the shadows for years. A communication request flashed on the panel. "Alien commander wants to speak," an officer said. Aaron lifted his hand. "Put him on." The screen lit up. The alien commander appeared, tall with cold violet eyes. His voice was firm but carried a tremble he tried to hide. "Human commander," he began, "you have entered restricted space. Turn back. This is your final warning." Aaron stood still. "Your fleet killed a human girl. This is our answer." The alien commander stiffened. "That incident was unfortunate, but it does not justify war." Aaron's eyes narrowed. "You murdered a child, and you think we will forget?" The alien commander hesitated. His confidence cracked. Behind him, alien officers shifted nervously. "Human fleet," he said quickly. "You cannot fight us. Our ships outnumber yours. Our weapons are superior. If you attack, you will be destroyed." For the first time, Aaron allowed a small, cold smile. "You should check your scanners again." The alien commander frowned and looked off-screen at his sensor officer. The officer's face turned pale, his mouth falling open. "Sir," the alien officer whispered, trembling. "Behind them more ships, hundreds, no, thousands." The screen shook slightly as panic spread across the alien bridge. Aaron stepped forward. "We are not here to talk anymore. We are here for justice." He cut the connection. Every human ship locked onto enemy targets in perfect silence. No yelling, no chaos, only purpose. The AI spoke. "Commander, alien fleet charging full weapons. They will fire in 10 seconds. "Hold," Aaron said. The crew's hearts beat hard. The alien fleet prepared to unleash everything they had. The lights inside the Revenant dimmed as shields strengthened, weapons primed. Engines hummed like growing thunder. 5 seconds, the AI whispered. Aaron did not blink. 3 seconds. "Hold. 1. "Now," Aaron said. "Fire." The human armada released a storm of blue and white light. Energy beams shot forward, streaking across the silence of space. Missiles exploded in synchronized waves, their trails glowing like falling stars. The first line of alien ships broke instantly, shields cracking like glass. Fire burst from their hulls. Metal twisted. Engines failed. The alien fleet fired back, but their shots hit human shields and dissolved. The hidden armada had been built for this moment. Every weapon was stronger. Every shield was smarter. Every system faster. The battle turned into a one-sided storm. On the Revenant, officers watched alien ships fall apart one by one. Some exploded into bright clouds. Some drifted without power. Some tried to escape, but were caught in the crossfire. Aaron stood still, watching destruction with cold, steady eyes. He felt no joy. This was not victory. This was justice. A message flashed on the screen, an emergency broadcast from the alien commander. His face was pale, eyes wide, voice shaking. "Humans, we surrender. Please, no more. Stop the attack. We surrender." Aaron gave a long, quiet breath. "Do they truly surrender?" The AI answered, "Yes, Commander. Their fleet has powered down." "Good," Aaron said. "Cease fire. Hold positions." The guns of the Armada softened. The storm ended. Smoke drifted through space, glowing orange from burning wreckage. Aaron looked at the alien commander on the screen. "Your fleet dies today, not because we wanted war, but because you forced it. Remember that." The alien commander lowered his head. He could not speak. He could only breathe in fear. Aaron continued, voice steady, voice cold, voice unforgettable. "From this day on, humanity is not weak. You touch one human, and you face all of us." He ended the transmission. Silence returned to the Revenant. The crew looked out at the battlefield. Thousands of alien ships defeated, a wall of wreckage drifting across the stars. The humans had won. But Aaron knew the war was not over. The galaxy would not forget this day. And now, with no more places to hide, the humans would rise even higher. "Prepare the fleet," Aaron said softly. "We move to their capital next." The bridge felt the weight of his words. The galaxy had learned fear today, but tomorrow they would learn respect. Across the galaxy, panic spread faster than light. Every alien council, every military station, every listening post began whispering the same terrifying message. The humans are moving. No one knew the full size of the Armada. No one understood how Earth had built such power without being detected. But everyone saw the same images. Lena's last message broadcast across every channel, an explosion of the alien destroyer that had killed her. The footage replayed again and again, each replay heavier than the last. The aliens who once mocked humans now felt something sharp inside their chests. Fear. Inside the main alien council chamber, ministers shouted over one another. The room, normally filled with pride and arrogance, now trembled with fear. Screens showed human ships advancing with unstoppable formation. A large holomap displayed dots of human vessels lighting up across sectors. One minister slammed his hand on the table. How did Earth build this? How did they hide this? They were a quiet species. They were harmless. Another minister answered with shaking hands. They were harmless until we pushed them too far. Silence fell. Everyone knew they had crossed a line. Killing a child had awakened something ancient and dangerous inside humanity. Now the galaxy would face the consequences. A message from Earth played again through the speakers. Lena's broken voice. Help, they are here. The sound filled the chamber like a ghost. Ministers looked down, unable to meet each other's eyes. They had killed many before. They had destroyed colonies without mercy. But none of those victims had woken a storm like this. They tried to send more messages to Earth, but the humans never answered. Every attempt was blocked or ignored. Diplomats begged for communication. They received nothing. Meanwhile, Commander Aaron Hale's fleet continued forward. On the Revenant's bridge, Aaron watched new reports from the galaxy. Alien patrols were fleeing their posts. Border stations had gone dark. Entire civilian worlds were requesting amnesty before the humans even arrived. Fear was spreading like a fire, and Aaron let it burn. The AI spoke softly. Commander, the Alien Council has sent 12 messages requesting parley. Delete them, Aaron said without hesitation. The time for words ended when they killed a child. The AI obeyed. Messages vanished one by one. The fleet approached a major alien station, one known for its cruelty. It was a place where countless smaller species were punished, tortured, and kept silent. For decades, this station had been a symbol of alien power. Now it shook under the shadow of the human Armada. The station sent a shaking message. Human fleet, please identify your intention. We request peaceful engagement. Aaron stared at the screen without blinking. Intention? You already know our intention. You showed it when you killed Lena. The station commander's nervous voice cracked. We did not do that. We did not authorize it. It was another fleet. Aaron cut him off. You all supported the system that allowed it. You all allowed humans to be treated as nothing. The station went silent. Aaron raised his hand slightly. Disable their weapons. Do not destroy them unless they strike first. The Revenant's cannons fired precise shots, hitting every defense turret without harming the station's civilians. Sparks flew. Alarms screamed. The entire alien outpost went dark. The message was clear. Humanity was in control now. Inside the alien council chamber, fear turned to desperation. We must unite our fleets, one minister cried. We must face the humans before they destroy us. But another minister whispered, voice trembling. How can we face them? Their ships are stronger. Their speed is faster. They destroyed the destroyer with one shot. And worse, a third minister added quietly, they are angry, and anger gives humans strength. The ministers realized something horrible. The humans weren't showing their full power. They were holding back. Back on the Revenant, a censor officer approached Aaron. Sir, we are detecting more messages from the alien worlds. They're offering alliances, trade, peace, anything. Aaron did not smile. They offer peace only because they fear us, not because they respect us. He turned toward the stars. Respect must be earned. The fleet continued deeper into alien territory, passing destroyed patrols, abandoned stations, and ships that surrendered without a fight. Every world the humans passed sent emergency warnings to the rest of the galaxy. On small alien planets, civilians looked up at the sky expecting the end. But the humans were not here to kill innocent people. They were here to deliver a message. No more cruelty. No more attacks. No more silence. Aaron stood at the helm and whispered, "The galaxy will learn what happens when they hurt one of our own." The sensors pinged again. A large alien capital fleet had appeared ahead, hundreds of ships forming a defensive wall. They waited with weapons armed, engines on full power. Aaron watched the massive formation, his heart slow and calm. "So they finally try to stand," he murmured. The bridge crew felt the tension rise. The next battle would not be small. It would shape the future of the entire galaxy. The AI spoke quietly. "Commander orders?" Aaron looked at the giant alien fleet ahead, the same species that had killed Lena without care. "Advance," he said softly, "and make sure they see our strength." The Revenant's engines roared. The human armada began to accelerate. The galaxy held its breath. The humans were coming. And this time, nothing would stop them. The battle over Kester Prime continued to burn like a second sun. The human armada held their lines, their ships pushing forward with calm and deadly focus. But something had changed. The galaxy was no longer confused. It was afraid. Admiral Hale stood on the bridge of the Vanguard, watching enemy fleets scatter like birds before a storm. Yet he felt no joy. There was only a quiet weight inside him, a reminder of why all of this had started. A girl had died, a child who had never touched a weapon, never harmed anyone. Her name still echoed across the Armada's encrypted channels. Arya, the girl whose death had awakened humanity. Hale kept his eyes on the screen as another enemy cruiser tried to run. "Let it go," he said softly. His officers looked confused, but obeyed. "We have sent enough messages today." But the galaxy was not done. A new signal burst onto their monitors, stronger than anything they had seen before. A single massive ship appeared out of the dark, so large it made even Earth's dreadnoughts look small. Its hull glowed with blue symbols, its core pulsing like a living heart. The bridge went silent. "What is that?" someone whispered. Hale did not answer. He didn't know. No human knew, but he felt deep in his bones that this ship was different. It did not come to fight. It came with purpose. The ship opened a channel. A voice spoke, calm, ancient, and layered with many tones. "Humanity," it said, "we have been watching." The crew froze. Hale stepped forward. "Identify yourself." "We are the Astrals," the voice replied. "The first race. The ones who saw your kind rise from fire and stone." We stayed silent. We observed. But your child's death and your unified response demand our attention. Hale clenched his jaw. "Did you send the order to kill her?" "No," the Astral said. "But we allowed the galaxy to govern itself. And now that choice has shown its cost." The ship's lights dimmed, as if expressing regret. "You awakened something we did not expect," the Astral continued. "Human unity, human wrath, human courage. You reminded the stars that even a single innocent life carries meaning." The crew exchanged stunned looks. The Astrals were legends, beings older than most galaxies, beings believed to have disappeared long ago. Yet here they were, speaking directly to humanity. "What do you want?" Hale asked quietly. "To test you," the Astral answered. "To see if humanity will rise as protectors or fall as conquerors." Hale's heart steadied. The test had already begun. The whole galaxy thought humanity had come for revenge, for blood, but that was never the full truth. Humanity had come for justice, for a promise, for a child whose life had been stolen. The Astral ship released a beam of light that spread across the battlefield. It was not a weapon. It was a recording, a memory pulled from the air. The image appeared above every ship. Arya, smiling on her small homeworld, unaware of the galaxy, watching her. The scene shifted to the moment of her death. The panic, the cruelty, the silence that followed. Many alien commanders lowered their weapons. Some bowed their heads. Others trembled. They had not known. They had not seen the truth. Only rumors and fear. "This," the Astral said, "is the reason your fleets rise. This is a child the galaxy failed." Hale stood taller. "Humanity will not forget her." "We know," the Astral replied, "and that is why we are here." More ships appeared behind the Astral giant, Smaller, sleeker, faster than anything any civilization had built. The crew gasped as they filled the sky like falling stars. "We offer you a choice," the Astral said. "Continue your war or allow us to restore balance." Hale looked at the burning battlefield, at the wounded ships drifting in silence, at the thousands who would die if the fighting went on, and he thought of Arya. What would she want? A galaxy drowned in fire or a chance to change? "Show us your terms," Hale said. The Astral answered, "Justice for the girl, judgment for those who ordered her death, peace for the innocent, and a seat for humanity in the Council of Stars, where your voice cannot be ignored again." The bridge fell quiet. Officers exchanged shocked looks. Humanity had never been offered a seat at any galactic council. They were always seen as too young, too emotional, too unpredictable. But now, after the Armada had risen, after the truth had spread, the galaxy finally understood. Hale breathed slowly. "And if we refuse? Then we will not stop you," the Astral said. "But the galaxy will drown in war for 1,000 years." Hale closed his eyes. This was bigger than Earth, bigger than revenge. The girl's death had changed everything. Now humanity stood at a crossroads. When he opened his eyes again, they were steady. "Humanity accepts your terms," he said. The Astral ship pulsed with light. "Then let this day be remembered, not as the day humanity rose in fury, but as the day humanity rose in honor." The recording of Arya faded into the stars, but her presence seemed to linger, soft and warm, like a promise kept. The battle ended. The fleets withdrew. The fire in the sky dimmed. And across the galaxy, a new message spread. Humanity had changed the stars, not through power alone, but through the value of one small life. And the galaxy would never forget it. The guns fell silent across Kester Prime, but the echoes of the battle still lived in every corner of space. The human Armada held position, watching as the Astral ships moved like glowing rivers through the sky. Every race, every fleet, every commander stopped to witness what came next. It was not surrender. It was not victory. It was something new. Admiral Hale stood at the front of the Vanguard's bridge, his hands behind his back, his face calm but thoughtful. After days of war, after fear and loss and anger, a strange quiet now filled him. Humanity had accepted the Astral's offer. But what did that truly mean? What would the galaxy look like now? A soft chime broke the silence. "Admiral," the communication officer said, "the Astrals request your presence aboard their flagship." Hale nodded once. "Prepare shuttle." The crew exchanged nervous glances. No human had ever stepped onto an astral vessel. Some said their ships were alive. Others believed they were built from collapsed stars. But Hale showed no fear. If humanity was to claim a seat in the Council of Stars, they had to face whatever waited for them. Minutes later, Hale entered the shuttle. The door closed, and the craft launched toward the massive glowing ship. As he approached, its surface shifted like liquid metal, creating an opening shaped perfectly for the shuttle. Light surrounded him, warm and soft, as if the ship itself welcomed him. When the shuttle landed, Hale stepped onto a floor that looked like glass but felt like air beneath his boots. The chamber glowed with white gold light. No walls, no shadows, only endless space. A figure appeared, tall, slender, made of pure shimmering energy. It had no face, no eyes, yet Hale felt it watching him with deep understanding. "Welcome, Admiral Hale," the Astral said in a gentle voice. "You carry the burden of your people with honor." Hale bowed his head slightly. "We only did what was right." "What you did," the Astral replied, "was stand for a single innocent life. Many species forget the value of one. Humanity remembered." A wave of soft light flowed across the chamber. Images appeared around them. Earth rising over the moon, children laughing in parks, soldier funerals, families holding hands, the streets of human cities filled with noise and life. Then Arya appeared again, smiling brightly, as if she had never been taken. "These memories define you," the Astral said. "Your strength does not come from your ships. It comes from your heart." Hale felt a knot tighten in his throat. "We want justice for her, not endless war. And you shall have it." The light sharpened. New images appeared. The leaders who ordered Aria's execution. Their faces were cold, their expressions cruel. The chamber dimmed. They will answer for their crimes, the Astral said. The galaxy will not forget their actions. Hale nodded. And what happens now? The chamber expanded suddenly, showing a vision of the entire galaxy. Hundreds of stars glowed brighter than others, locations of power, of influence, of danger. The Astral reached out and touched one star, and it grew larger. This, the Astral said, is the seat of the Celestial Council. It is where the oldest civilizations meet. Until now, humanity has been denied entry. The star faded, and a new symbol appeared, a chair made of light, shaped like human architecture. Clean, strong, simple. A chair for humanity now waits, the Astral said. Hale exhaled slowly. For centuries, humanity had been treated as outsiders, too emotional, too bold, too young, and yet here they were, invited to join the oldest council in the galaxy. Why us? Hale asked quietly. Because you prove that even the smallest life can change the destiny of stars, the Astral said. You defended honor, not territory. You fought for love, not power. A sudden tremor rippled through the chamber. The Astral paused. The light darkened. What was that? Hale asked. Something old. The Astral said slowly. Something we thought we had sealed forever. Another tremor came, larger this time. The chamber flickered. Hale reached instinctively for his belt. But the Astral raised a hand. No weapon can fight this, it said. This force does not seek your fleets. It seeks you, Admiral. Hale froze. Me? Why? Because you carry the memory of the child, the Astral said, and that memory threatens a power that feeds on suffering and silence. The chamber cracked open like breaking glass. Darkness poured in, swirling like smoke. A whisper echoed through the air, cold, ancient, hungry. You woke the stars, human, the voice hissed. Now we wake too. The Astral formed a shield of light around Hale and pushed him back toward the shuttle. Go. Humanity's role is not finished. Your Armada will be needed. Hale tried to step forward. What is happening? Who are they? But the Astral only said one thing. The real enemy has finally noticed you. In a flash of blinding light, Hale was thrown into the shuttle. The chamber collapsed, and the shuttle shot back toward the Vanguard, fleeing the darkness rising behind him. As he opened his eyes, alarms blared across the Vanguard. The crew shouted, pointing at the massive screens. A new force had entered the galaxy, and this time, it was something even the Astrals feared. The alarm lights turned the Vanguard's bridge red as Admiral Hale stumbled out of the shuttle. His ears were still ringing from the Astral ship's collapse, and the strange whisper still echoed in his mind like a cold finger pressed against his spine. The crew rushed toward him, voices shaking with fear. Admiral, something huge just appeared on long-range scans. Hale steadied himself. Show me. The main screen flickered, then filled with an image that made the entire bridge fall silent. Space itself seemed torn open behind the place where the Astral flagship had been. A massive dark sphere pulsed inside the rip, like a beating heart made of shadows. It wasn't a ship. It wasn't a planet. It looked alive and hungry. What is that? The officer whispered. Hale didn't answer. He didn't know. But whatever it was, even the Astrals had been afraid of it. The dark sphere began to spread tendrils of black energy, reaching out like claws. Every light in the system dimmed. The sun itself flickered, as if it were being drained. Entire fleets, human, alien, even astral, drifted helplessly, their engines shutting down one by one. The bridge screens blinked and crackled. All power levels dropping, the engineer shouted. Something is feeding on energy. Hale's voice cut through the panic. Backup power only. Shields a minimum. Move us away from that rift. The crew scrambled to obey. The Vanguard shuddered as emergency thrusters fired. Outside, dozens of smaller ships floated dead, their lights gone, drifting like ghosts. A transmission broke through the static, a weak, shaking astral voice. Human, Admiral, you must listen. Hale leaned forward. Astral, speak. The creature, the Voidborn, awakens, the voice whispered. It feeds on sorrow, fear, and death. The girl's murder gave it strength. Your war gave it more. The transmission cut off with a scream of static. The bridge fell silent. Hale felt the weight of the words like ice in his chest. The Voidborn, a name spoken like a curse. Something older than galaxies. Something that the Astrals had once sealed away. And now Aria's death in the war that followed had given it enough energy to break free. A tactical officer cried out as a new reading appeared. Admiral, the Voidborn is moving. The black sphere pulsed, then released a wave of darkness that swept across the battlefield. Ships caught in the wave turned silent instantly. Their lights died. Their weapons shut down. Their crews screamed as shadows filled their hulls. The wave hit a large alien cruiser, and in seconds, the entire ship crumbled into dust. The bridge shook. Hale grabbed a rail. Evasive action. Don't let that wave touch us. The Vanguard lurched sideways, engines whining. The wave passed close enough to make the hull glow red, but the ship stayed intact. Barely. Admiral, the science officer whispered, her voice trembling. If this thing reaches populated systems, billions will die. Hale's jaw tightened. Then we stop it. But how? She asked. The Astrals couldn't stop it. Hale stared at the dark sphere. It was growing, feeding, consuming everything in its reach. He remembered the Astral's last words. The creature fed on fear and death. War only made it stronger. Pain made it grow. And something clicked inside him. A dangerous thought. This thing didn't appear by chance, Hale said slowly. It waited. It fed. And Aria's death woke it. The communications officer turned to him. Admiral, what if it wants you? Hale felt the same thought in his own mind. The Astral had said it clearly. This force seeks you. But why? He was just a man. A soldier. A leader. Nothing special. Except for one thing. He carried the memory of the girl the galaxy had failed. Her story had spread across systems. Across hearts. Across every ship. Maybe the Voidborn wanted to destroy the hope she had created. Prepare a link to the human fleet. Hale ordered. All ships. The officer nodded and opened the channel. Thousands of human commanders appeared in holographic form. Their faces were tense. Afraid, but ready. Hale straightened. Listen carefully. The thing behind us is not an enemy fleet. It is not a political threat. It is something far worse. It feeds on fear, on death, on everything we have suffered. Some swallowed hard. Others clench their fists. If we panic, it grows, Hale said. If we fight each other, it grows. If the galaxy falls back into violence, it becomes unstoppable. A commander asked, Then what do we do? Hale took a breath. We stand united, not just as humans, but with every race still willing to live. We protect the innocent. We stop the killing. We deny this creature the fuel it needs. Silence followed. Heavy. Then slowly, one commander nodded. Then another, and another. Soon the whole Armada agreed. But before Hale could speak again, the Voidborn released a piercing shriek. A sound that felt like claws digging inside every mind in the system. The lights on the Vanguard flickered. The stars dimmed. And the dark sphere opened a massive eye made of swirling shadows. It looked directly at Hale. A whisper crawled into his mind. You cannot stop me, human. I will devour the stars you love. Hale's heart pounded, but his voice stayed steady. Not while I still breathe. The eye narrowed, as if amused. Then I will take your breath first. The Voidborn surged forward, faster than light, rushing directly toward the Vanguard. And humanity's greatest fight had just begun.